Hi, I'm Abby, and welcome to the Imaginarium. And welcome to the Imaginarium. Welcome to the Imaginarium. Welcome to the Imaginarium. Welcome to the Imaginarium. Today, I'm going to show you guys how I go from sculpture to painting, from 3D to 2D, okay? I've started a new series. It's been pretty fun so far. I have been struggling about what my 2D work should look like, and so this series is a good exploration. So get out your brushes, get out your pencils, get out your utensils. We're gonna mix some colors. We're gonna make a painting. Let me take you on the journey. Let's go. The way that I've started these abstract paintings is by taking a photograph of something I've already sculpted. I copy and going back up here, and I have these sort of dimensions right now. And so what I did is I pasted this in, and then I just want to get like a good composition. So even like this is kind of interesting as a composition. But what I did is I took a section and I blew it up pretty large to what I thought could be interesting. So pretty close to what I just did. And then I decided to add a background, so we have a background color. And then all I did is trace out all the pink, and then I traced out all the orange, and then I traced out all the blue. So we go from here to here. This is our final composition, and I'm going to use this as a reference when I'm pouring paint onto my wood panel. Welcome to the voiceover, part 2. So here, I'm just mixing a little purple, adding a little bit of white, and get it a little bit lighter. So what I'm doing with the purple is really just spreading it because it's the background area. So I just want to spread it around, not really pour paint just yet, just so I can get this back covered. Y'all, he always gets in the paint.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I don't even know how he does this, and this isn't even the worst of it. Purple nose, a purple nose. I don't know how he does this, you guys. Okay, so we're doing pink, using some old cups. Okay, so when I poured this pink, it honestly felt like I was pouring candy, like liquid chocolate. You know, those little colored discs of chocolate. That's what this felt like. So, I had to get my fingers in it, of course. The texture of this, on your fingers, it was just so meditative and relaxing. Just don't lick your finger afterwards. It isn't actually candy. So the orange is where I actually got to start pouring the paint from the paintbrush. As you can see, I'm not really painting as much as I am pouring from the cup and from the brush. And of course, get some fingers in there. Last but not least, mixing a little blue. And again, I'm pouring with the paintbrush. So it feels like I'm conducting a symphony or something. This was actually a really fun way to paint. And we're not trying to be perfect. So the next day, there's some cracks and crevices. Should I have been more patient and waited for each layer to dry? Yes. Was I a little too excited? Also, yes. But we can fix this. No problem. So we poured a little bit more paint in some areas. We'll let this dry and see how it does. So after that dried, I poured on a whole layer of this gloss varnish. Guess what? Not a great idea. So, mistakes were made, crimes were committed, and I couldn't peel off this whole entire layer. So, we're going to start over from scratch.
7 hours later.
So here we are, wet paint and all, and we're going to let this dry. This is round number 2. Let's go. Here's our final piece. So one thing I did learn is that when acrylic is really thick and it's drying, what makes these cracks is that the top layer of the paint dries quicker than the bottom layers. So what I need to do next time to prevent these different little cracks is actually to add in an acrylic medium, and that helps the acrylic dry equally throughout the layers. So I think next time that's what I'll do to prevent all this cracking. But I do love how glossy it is. It kind of reminds me of candy, which I love to do in my work, make things look like candy. And it's bright, colorful. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool. And I would encourage you guys to also do your own abstract art and see where it takes you. Later.